heart beneath a dusky sky, where the sun bleeds into the horizon like a wound opening across the land. The village of Thistledown stirs with anxious energy. In this forgotten corner of an ancient realm, nestled among whispering willows and the weaving rivers of mist, the folk live in the shadow of an ancient secret. Tonight, the air carries a chill that is not entirely of the night. It weaves a song of forgotten ages, calling to the curious and the brave. At the heart of the village, in the dim-lit tavern known as the Silver Goblet, you find yourself drawn into a gathering storm of murmurs and hushed gazes. The tavern's hearth crackles with an almost magical warmth, its flickering flames casting long shadows that dance like specters upon the stone walls. The scent of spiced ale and roasting game fills the air, mingling with the earthly undertones of a well-worn populace. The tavern's owner, a stout woman with eyes as sharp as a hawk's and hair the color of autumn leaves, approaches your table with a cautious smile. Her name is Marwyn, and she bears the weight of a tale that twists like the river Styx, a mystery that has troubled her sleep and now seeks champions. Adventurers, she begins, her voice a rich, melodic tone that lures each ear in the room. Our village has been visited by a shadow, a relic of old, a scroll sealed with sigils of flame and wind, has been unearthed from the ruins of the Weeping Tower. It speaks with a voice that is not its own, whispering secrets and promises of power. Yet it brings with it a curse, one that saps the life from our lands and stirs the dead from their rest. As Marwyn speaks, a palpable tension edges into the tavern. The crackling of the fire seems to echo the unease. Outside, the wind howls softly, as though relaying the whispers of the scroll itself to those who dare to listen. Your task, should you accept, is to retrieve the scroll and break the curse that grips the land. The journey will lead you to the forsaken Weeping Tower, a relic of a time when gods walked the earth and magic was young. It is a place fraught with peril, where reality bends to the whims of ancient enchantments, and the restless dead guard secrets older than the stones themselves. Marwyn leans closer, her breath a warm contrast to the chill settling over your bones. The scroll is cursed, yes, but it is said to contain the prophecy of Thalos, a force that could turn the tide for good or ill. You must decide its fate. Here, the stakes are laid bare, inviting you into a web of intrigue spun from threads of danger and discovery. The ancient scroll, whispering promises of untold power and destruction, beckons like a siren from the depths of time. Do you answer its call? With the decision made, you find yourself stepping into the night, where the moon hangs high, a silver sentinel against the tapestry of stars. The path ahead is shadowed and uncertain, but you are determined, for the fate of Thistledown, and perhaps the world, rests upon the choices you make. As you leave the comforting glow of the village behind, the earth beneath you seems to pulse with the old magic that clings to this land like a forgotten dream. You draw your cloak tighter against the wind that whispers of ages past, and set forth on the path to the Weeping Tower, where destiny awaits in the form of a whispering scroll. The journey has begun. By Part. The trail to the Weeping Tower winds through the haunted Thistledown woods, where the trees loom tall and ancient, their twisted branches knitting together like the fingers of an elder god. Each footfall crunches upon fallen leaves, echoing into the silence with a resonance that seems to awaken the very forest. A mist clings to the ground, coiling about your feet with a chill that hints at the unnatural. The path grows narrow and treacherous, lined by stones that bear the mossy patina of forgotten years. Your breath mingles with the mist, forming ephemeral whispers that drift into the shadows. An owl hoots in the distance, its call a haunting melody that seems to guide you deeper into the wood's embrace. As you push forward, a figure emerges from the fog, a traveler cloaked in deep green, their hood obscuring all but a glint of watchful eyes. They stand at a crossroads, where the path forks into two dark veins stretching into the heart of the forest. The presence is undeniable, a silhouette against the swirling mists, imbued with an aura both regal and ominous. You seek the tower, the stranger intones, their voice a silky whisper that carries both wisdom and warning. The scent of ancient pine surrounds them, an intoxicating blend of forest and mystery. The path is perilous, and the shadows deep, but there are those who walk these woods that would offer aid, for a price. You sense the weight of choice in the air, a decision as palpable as the fog that thickens around you. To bargain with the unknown, or to press on alone. Each option fraught with its own dangers. The stranger extends a hand, revealing a small, carved talisman, a token of the forest folk, imbued with the subtle warmth of enchantment. This will guide you true, should you accept it. But know this, the pact is binding, and not all debts can be paid in coin. The forest seems to hold its breath, the very trees leaning in as if listening for your answer. You must choose. Take the talisman and bind yourself to an uncertain alliance, or trust your own wits and steel to guide you through the looming veil of shadow. After a moment that stretches like eternity, you reach out, a choice made, and the talisman falls into your palm. It thrums with gentle magic, a heartbeat rhythm that promises protection. The stranger nods, a silent acknowledgement of your courage or folly, before fading into the mist like a waking dream. With renewed resolve, you tread the leftward path, the talisman a beacon against the encroaching dark. The forest seems to part before you, clearing a path that wasn't there before, as if acknowledging the pact sealed in whispers and shadow. The air grows colder still as you leave the crossroads behind, the scent of damp earth and ancient wood mingling with the acrid tang of anticipation. At last, the towering silhouette of the Weeping Tower looms above the treetops, its crumbling spire a crooked finger pointing accusingly at the heavens. A low moan drifts through the air, carried on the wind that snakes between the stones. It is a lamentation, a sound that speaks of sorrow carved deep into the bones of the earth. The tower stands before you, a testament to ages lost, its dark maw an invitation and a warning. As you approach, the very ground seems to shift beneath your feet, as if the tower's foundation is a slumbering beast stirring in its lair. You steel yourself for what lies ahead, for within those walls waits the scroll, and with it the answers you seek. Darkness presses close as you cross the threshold into the tower's shadowed embrace, the air thick with the cloying scent of damp stone and the metallic tang of impending conflict. Here the whispers grow louder, each step drawing you deeper into the mystery that entwines past and present like a lover's embrace. Inside, the shadows twist and shift, revealing corridors that defy time's ravages. And as you venture further, the weight of the forest folk's promise clings to your every move. You are not alone here. That much is clear as unseen eyes watch from the dark recesses, waiting for the moment to strike. The chill of the tower's stone seeps into your bones, yet your heart beats steady. You are a seeker of truths and a breaker of curses, and with each step you draw closer to the heart of the enigma. Ahead lies a staircase, spiraling upwards into the gloom, promising answers and challenges beyond your imagination. As you place your foot upon the first stone step, a rustle echoes from above, the shadows shifting with intent. A decision hangs in the air once more, to ascend into the unknown, where whispers turn to screams, or to retreat and seek another way. But even as the choice solidifies within you, a figure emerges from the stairwell, eyes gleaming with the hunger of the cursed. The confrontation begins. The passageway narrows as you ascend the winding staircase, each step resonating with an eerie echo that weaves between the stones like a spectral thread. The air grows colder, carrying with it the faint, unsettling aroma of charred wood and something more sinister, a scent reminiscent of burnt offerings and forgotten altars. The whispering scroll awaits above, its power palpable, even through the walls of this forsaken place. As you reach the landing, the tower's heart unfurls before you, a grand hall of cracked marble and raiment of shadows that flicker and dance under the sparse glow of sporadic torches. Here, the past and present meld into a tapestry of deceit and desire, the air thick with the promise of revelation and ruin. In the center of the hall stands a figure, their forms swathed in the flowing robes of a bygone era, their face hidden beneath a hood that casts shadow deeper than the night. The figure turns to you, and you sense the weight of centuries in their gaze. Eyes luminous with the knowledge of ages, yet burdened by the curse that binds them to this place. "You have come," the voice intones, soft yet resonant, weaving a spell of expectation, "to seek the scroll and lift the curse. But know this, seeker, the path is fraught with peril, and the choice is yours alone to make." The figure extends a hand, and with it a soft light blooms, revealing a table upon which rests the scroll itself. It is a thing of beauty and dread, its parchment seemingly crafted from light and shadow, inscribed with sigils that twist and shimmer, alive with ancient power. To claim the scroll, the figure continues, you must first best the guardian it commands, a creature forged from the darkness of our sins, a guardian that knows no mercy. Even as the words leave their lips, a low growl reverberates through the hall, sending a shiver through the bones of the tower. The shadows at the edge of the chamber coalesce, forming a monstrous silhouette, a beast of sinew and shadow, eyes aglow with a fire that hungers for the soul. The guardian emerges fully from the darkness, its form a twisted amalgamation of wolf and wraith, each step sending tremors through the floor. Its maw opens in a snarl, revealing rows of teeth like jagged shards of obsidian. The battle is joined. The air thick with tension and the scent of ozone as the creature lunges towards you, its claws raking through the air with lethal intent. You draw your blade, the weight of the talisman in your hand, a comforting reminder of the pact made in the woods, and face the beast with resolve. The clash is fierce and immediate, a cacophony of steel and shadow, the beast's howl a symphony of wrath that echoes through the hall. Each strike of your blade is met with a counter from the guardian, its movements fluid and relentless, testing the limits of your skill and courage. As you dance with the shadows, you feel the presence of the scroll, its whispers now a chorus urging you onward, promising power and purpose if only you can claim it. The stakes are higher than life and death. They are the key to destiny itself. Your heart pounds in rhythm with the battle. The world narrowing to the immediate struggle as time distorts, each second stretched and singular. You are a blur of movement, every fiber of your being focused on the task at hand, to defeat the embodiment of the curse and seize the future. With a final desperate surge, you drive the blade home, a strike fueled by determination and desperation. The creature recoils, its form unraveling into tendrils of darkness that dissipate into the ether. Its howl one of anguish and release. In the silence that follows, only the sound of your own breath fills the hall. Each exhalation a testament to the battle's toll. The guardian is vanquished, its essence fading into nothingness, leaving only the scroll, untouched and waiting. You approach the table, the scroll whispering louder now. Secrets of the cosmos, and the weight of untapped power within reach. Your hand hovers over the parchment, the air charged with anticipation, the choice yours to make. Do you claim the scroll and the power it promises, or does another path call to you? The prophecy is written not only in ink and blood, but in the hearts of those who dare to dream. You must choose. As your fingers brush the scroll, the hall shudders, and a new danger is revealed. A figure emerges from the shadows, one all too familiar, yet bearing an aura of malevolent intent. The past is not so easily left behind, and the true guardian of secrets steps forth, eyes alight with the glow of destiny. The confrontation is not over. It has only just begun. The hall's tremor settles into a tense stillness, the air heavy with anticipation and the fading echoes of your victory. Yet, a new presence emerges from the shrouded corners of the chamber, stepping into the half-light with a purpose both ancient and eternal. This figure, though clad in shadows, radiates an authority that sets your heart pounding anew. Their eyes, gleaming with a cold fire, meet yours, a gaze that pierces through flesh and thought into the very essence of your being. You have proven worthy, the figure intones, their voice a resonant chord that seems to vibrate through the very stones of the hall. But worthiness is not the end. It is the beginning of the true challenge. The scroll is not merely a vessel of power. It is a key, a choice that shapes reality. The figure raises an arm, and the torches that line the walls flare with a sudden intensity, casting the chamber in a brilliant, almost blinding glow. The shadows retreat, revealing an altar at the far end of the hall, its surface etched with runes that pulse with a living light, mirroring the script upon the scroll. You stand at the altar of Thalos, the figure continues, stepping aside to allow the grand sight to capture your full attention. To claim the scroll is to claim its burden. You must decide, to wield its power, to destroy it, or to cast it back into the whirl of time. Beyond the reach of mortal hands, the air around the altar crackles with magical energy, and the scent of ancient incantations rises like mist, swirling around you with a promise of change. Each path before you is fraught with both peril and possibility. Each choice a thread that could unravel or reinforce the fabric of the world. With the scroll in your grasp, its whispers crescendo into a cacophonous symphony, each word a promise or a threat. You can feel the power coursing through your veins, intoxicating and consuming, a promise of destiny fulfilled or devastation unleashed. Before you can speak, the figure steps forward once more, their gaze unyielding yet filled with a curious hope. Understand, seeker of truth, that each choice bears a consequence. To wield the scroll's power risks corruption. To destroy it risks losing knowledge that could save or doom. And to cast it back into the void leaves its secrets for another, perhaps less worthy. The shadows in the room seem to lean in, as though the very tower itself awaits your decision with bated breath. The figure's presence, though daunting, is not hostile. They are a guide, a part of the tapestry of this ancient choice. With the weight of history and future bearing down upon you, you move towards the altar, the scroll warm against your palm, alive with potential. Each step echoes with finality. The cool stone beneath your feet, a reminder of the burden you carry. You pause before the altar, your breath steadying as you gaze upon the runes, their light reflecting in your eyes like stars captured in a prism. The decision must be made, and made with the knowledge that every choice is a leap into the void of possibility. Your hand moves with deliberate intent, the decision forming in the crucible of your heart, tempered by the fires of courage and foresight. As the scroll touches the altar, the chamber trembles with a force that is both physical and ethereal, the convergence of past, present, and future in a single, pivotal moment. The light envelops you, a radiant flare that obscures all else, leaving only the truth of your choice. The air is charged with expectancy, the scent of change, a tangible presence that wraps around you like a cloak. And then, in the silence that follows, a new danger is revealed. The figure at your side lets out a cry, not of defeat, but of revelation. The choice you have made has awakened something deeper within the tower, an ancient force that stirs from its slumber. The ground beneath you shifts, the altar cracking with a sound like the breaking of worlds. The tower itself seems to draw breath, its stones groaning as if in a primal awakening. The danger is clear, and now you must face the consequences of the choice you have wrought. The adventure is far from over, and the shadows are only beginning their dance. The very bones of the weeping tower shudder beneath you as the world twists in response to the choice carved into destiny's fabric. The air, charged with both exhilaration and dread, crackles around the broken altar, now a focal point of raw energy weaving through the stones like living veins. The figure beside you, now unhooded, reveals a face etched with lines of age and wisdom, yet youthful with the vigor of purpose. Their eyes, once coldly analytical, now glimmer with something akin to fear and awe. They too have felt the seismic shift of fate's axis. The heart of the tower awakens, they murmur, their voice barely audible above the whispering winds that spiral within the chamber. This place was never merely a prison or a shrine. It was built to guard what should not be unleashed. As if summoned by their words, the floor beneath the altar groans, shifting like a beast rousing from a long slumber. The cracking of stone echoes through the hall, each reverberation a testament to the power now released. A seam splits open at the altar's base, revealing a hidden stairway spiraling downward into the bowels of the earth. The chamber hums with anticipation, the very air vibrating with the energy of the unraveling. The scent of earth and old magic fills your nostrils, mingling with the sharp tang of fear and possibility. The scroll remains in your grasp, its whispers now a gentle hum, a reminder of the responsibility you carry. You must descend, the figure instructs, their eyes meeting yours with a fierce intensity. The force that stirs below must be understood, tamed, or banished. The choice you made has set this into motion, and it is up to you to see it through. The passage yawns before you, a gaping maw that beckons with the promise of ancient secrets and unspoken truths. Each step you take is heavy with the weight of what lies beneath, the air growing cooler, the scent of damp stone, and something more, something alive, something watching. As you descend, the flickering light from above fades, swallowed by a darkness that hums with its own secret life. The staircase spirals deeper, each turn a step further into the unknown, each step echoing with the sound of your heartbeat. The descent ends at a cavernous chamber, walls glistening with the moisture of ages, the floor slick with the residue of old enchantments. A faint luminescence pulses from the walls, casting eerie shadows that dance like wraiths in the dim light. At the center of the chamber lies a pool of dark water, its surface smooth and mirror-like, reflecting the weak light in a shimmering array of colors. The air is thick with the scent of brine and old magic, a heady mixture that clings to your skin. Approaching the pool, you feel a presence, vast and inscrutable, ancient beyond comprehension. The water ripples, and from its depths, a voice emerges, not of sound, but of thought, directly into your mind. You who have awakened the heart, it intones, each word resonant with the weight of eternity. You stand upon the threshold of annihilation or rebirth. The choice is not yet complete. You must confront the essence of what you have unleashed. The water churns, and from its depths, a figure rises, formed of the same dark liquid, yet gleaming with an inner light. It is a reflection of something familiar, yet foreign, an embodiment of the choices made, the potential for both creation and destruction. You must decide, the voice continues, the words a gentle yet undeniable command. To bind this power to a new purpose, to imprison it once more, or to release it fully into the world. The chamber seems to close in around you, the walls pulsing in rhythm with the presence within the pool. The weight of the decision is immense, every fiber of your being attuned to the gravity of the moment. Your heart races, the echoes of the choice you made at the altar reverberating within you. The path forward is fraught with danger, yet filled with the possibility of shaping the world anew. With the figure's eyes upon you, the decision crystallizes in your mind. A choice must be made, to bind, to contain, or to release. The future hinges upon this moment, upon the courage to face the unknown and the wisdom to choose rightly. As your hand reaches out towards the pool, the air crackles with intent, the essence within waiting for your command. The decision is yours, and as the presence in the pool waits, the shadows shift. A new force stirs, one that has felt the touch of fate and emerged changed. This is the moment of truth, the culmination of your journey, where the old gods whisper, and the new world awaits its birth. What will you choose? The answer lies in the depths of your soul and the heart of the tower. The mirror-like surface of the pool shimmers beneath your outstretched hand, each ripple a whisper of the infinite choices branching from this singular moment. The chamber thrums with energy, the air alive with the potential of rebirth or ruin. Lighting flickers through the water, casting ghostly shadows that flicker across the walls like ancient phantoms, watching and waiting. The figure in the pool, a reflection of power untamed, rises fully before you. Its form both intimidating and awe-inspiring. It inclines its head ever so slightly, acknowledging the pivotal role you play in this unfolding tapestry of fate. Its watery eyes, mirrors of the dark pool, hold yours with a penetrating intensity. Within them, you see visions of what was, what is, and what could be. You understand the weight of choice. The voice reverberates, echoing through the cavern with a resonance that settles deep within your bones. To release me is to weave a new thread into the fabric of this world. To bind me is to seal away potential untold. To imprison me anew is to defer the decision to those who may come after. Your mind races, thoughts colliding like comets within the vast expanse of your consciousness. Every decision you've made, every path you've walked, has led you here. You feel the scroll's presence at your side. Its whispers now a steady rhythm, a heartbeat of the arcane that aligns with your own. Closing your eyes, you search within for the strength to choose. The scent of the chamber, a blend of salt and stone and magic, fills your senses, grounding you in the reality of the moment. You feel the presence of those who came before you, their spirits lingering in the echoes of this sacred place, bearing witness to your resolve. Opening your eyes, you meet the gaze of the figure once more. Your choice crystallizes in your mind, clear and unwavering. You reach out, your hand hovering above the water, your voice firm as you speak the words that will shape the future. I choose to bind, you declare, each word carrying the weight of your conviction and the echo of ages past. To harness this power, not for destruction, but for protection. To guard against the shadows and bring forth the dawn. The figure nods, its form shimmering with acceptance, and the air around you shifts, the very stones singing with the resonance of your decision. From the depths of the pool, tendrils of light rise, wrapping around your arm, warm and invigorating. The essence of the power you have chosen to bind flows into you, a river of potential and purpose. The cavern flashes with brilliant light as the power is channeled through you, a beacon of hope to the world above. The pool's surface calms, the water still and serene, a testament to the balance you have restored. As the light fades, the chamber falls silent, the presence within the pool now dormant, awaiting the next call to arms. You stand at the center of this stillness, the scroll in hand, the mark of your choice etched into the essence of your being. But even as you bask in the light of triumph, a new threat emerges from the shadows, a creeping darkness that has felt the shift in power and hungers for its own dominion. The figure who guided you stands vigilant by your side, their eyes narrowed against this encroaching force. The journey is not over. The battle for balance has only just begun. The stones beneath your feet tremble with a new intensity, and from the dark recesses of the chamber, a myriad of glowing eyes emerge, a legion of the cursed, released from their ethereal chains by the shifting of the tower's heart. They swarm at the edges of the chamber, their intent clear, their path set towards the light you now embody. The reckoning has arrived, and with it, the final confrontation looms. You draw your blade once more, the air around you singing with the song of magic and steel. The darkness surges forward, a tidal wave of shadow and malice, and you must stand firm. In this crucible of fate, where echoes of the past collide with the promise of the future, the stage is set for the ultimate test of your resolve. The reckoning of echoes begins. Part in the heart of the earth, where the echoes of your choice still reverberate through the stones. The encroaching darkness surges with malevolent intent. The chamber, once a sanctuary of decision, now quakes with the threat of those who would see your resolve undone. Shadows spill forth from the recesses, coalescing into shapes that writhe and gnash, an army of wraiths nourished by the curse's lingering touch. The figure who stood by your side motions silently towards the far end of the chamber, where a narrow archway looms, its keystone carved with the sigil of Thalos, a mark of passage, a beacon of escape and strategy. The way is not yet shut, they murmur, voice taut with urgency. We must lead them to the crucible. Recognizing the wisdom in their words, you turn towards the archway. Your heart pounds with the rhythm of battle. The scroll's power, a steady flame within you. The shadows press closer, Their whispers a cacophony of doubt and fear. Yet your resolve is a shield of light. As you bolt towards the exit, the chamber trembles in response to your passage, the stones groaning as if they too war within themselves. The narrow corridor beyond the archway stretches into darkness, the air thick with the scent of damp earth and the promise of ancient trials. Your guide matches your pace, their knowledge of the tower's labyrinth, guiding you through the maze of tunnels that twist and turn beneath the earth. The shadows give chase, an unrelenting tide of despair and torment, their howls of hunger echoing like a storm against your back. The corridor opens into a vast cavern, the ceiling arched like the nave of a cathedral. In the center of the space stands an ancient forge, its anvil gleaming in the pale light cast from veins of luminescent crystal embedded in the rock. This is the Crucible, a place of crafting, of destruction and creation, where old magic lingers in every tool, every strike of the hammer. The forge thrums with potential, the air charged with the energy of countless creations and obliterations. The wraiths hesitate at the threshold, their forms writhing against the unseen barrier that holds them at bay. For now, you have a moment to breathe. The crucible can purify or corrupt, your companion explains, their voice a steady presence amidst the chaos. It is here that we can forge a weapon to banish the darkness, or bind it forever to this place, sealed by your will and the scroll's power. You nod, understanding the urgency of the task. The shadows will not be held at bay forever, and the decision you make here will shape the world above. With practiced hands, you set to work. The forge's fire leaping to life as you channel the power of the scroll into the heart of the anvil. Each strike of the hammer rings with a clarity that pierces the clamor of encroaching doom, each spark a star in the firmament of possibility. The wraiths howl, their anger a palpable force that presses against the invisible boundary. Yet within the crucible, you are untouchable, a conduit of creation. The weapon takes shape under your hands. A blade forged from light and shadow, imbued with the essence of both the scroll and the curse you seek to thwart. It is a sword of balance, a guardian against the darkness that would consume the light. As you lift the completed weapon, the ground beneath your feet trembles, and the wraiths screech with renewed vigor, the fear of their inevitable dissolution spurring them into a frenzy. Your guide turns to you, eyes alight with a mixture of fear and hope. We must wield it now, before they breach the barrier. Only by your hand can the balance be restored, and the darkness banished to the void. With the weapon in hand, you step towards the threshold, where the wraiths roil in a tempest of rage and despair. The air crackles with anticipation, the scent of burning metal mingling with the pungency of fear. You raise the blade high, its edge gleaming with power, and step resolutely into the fray. Each swing is a stroke of light against the canvas of shadow. Each strike a declaration that the darkness shall not prevail. The battle is a symphony of light and dark. The forge's fire reflected in the eyes of the wraiths, as they dissolve into nothingness, their cries swallowed by the void. The cavern echoes with the sound of your triumph. Yet the victory is not without cost. Even as the last wraith falls, a tremor runs through the crucible, a reminder that the foundations of the tower itself have shifted. The stones groan, the crystal veins dimming, as the magic that sustained them wanes. As the dust settles, you find yourself at the center of a silence more profound than any before it. The only remains of the battle, the blade in your hand, and the knowledge that the curse has been broken. But as you turn to your guide, seeking confirmation of your success, the ground shudders with a final, ominous rumble. From deep within the earth, an ancient voice rumbles, a new danger awakened by the changing balance. The tower may have been the prison for more than just the scroll, and its heart is not yet still. This is no longer just a battle. It is the beginning of a transformation that could reshape the world.